Have you ever really stopped to think about what your feelings are? I mean, physically? Well, today we're diving into the incredible work of a neuroscientist named Dr. Candace Pert, whose book, Molecules of Emotion, completely flipped our understanding of the mind-body connection on its head. Get ready because you're about to see how your feelings literally create your physical reality, one molecule at a time.
All right, to really get to the heart of what Dr. Pert discovered, let's just start with a simple question, one that probably hits close to home for all of us.
You know these phrases, right? We say them all the time. I've just got this gut feeling. Or when you're heartbroken, you really feel that heavy heart. We kind of toss these phrases around thinking they're just, well, metaphors.
But what if they're not? What if you are literally describing what's happening inside you? This is exactly what Candace Pert's research blew the lid off of. These sensations are real biochemical events. Your emotions aren't just in your head, not by a long shot. They're happening all over your body, creating a physical reality.
And this is the incredible scientist who made it all make sense for us. Candace Pert made it her life's mission to demystify this stuff, to tear down the wall between super complex science and, us. She wanted everyone to understand this amazing, invisible network that ties our minds and our bodies together.
So how did she even get started on this path? Well, this wasn't just some abstract scientific puzzle for her. It all began with something deeply personal that kicked off this massive, world-changing quest. So picture this. Pert has a really bad accident, ends up in the hospital, and they give her morphine. She's just fascinated by it. How could one single drug have such a powerful effect on not just her physical pain, but her entire emotional state? It just lit a fire in her. She gets to Johns Hopkins, and she's obsessed. She is going to find the exact spot in the brain where opiates do their thing. This place they called the opiate receptor, which at the time was like a scientific ghost. Everyone knew it had to exist, but nobody could find it.
And let me tell you, this was an uphill battle. It wasn't just that the science was hard. She was a woman in a man's world, and the system was thick with sexism. And the irony is just incredible. The very thing she was studying, emotion, was used as the reason people said women couldn't be great scientists. Too emotional, they'd say. She had to fight for everything.
But she didn't back down. After what must have felt like endless failed experiments and late nights in the lab, she had that eureka moment, a breakthrough that would fundamentally change how we see ourselves.
Okay, to really get what she found, we need a quick science lesson, but I promise it's pretty simple. Let's talk about receptors. Just imagine that every single cell in your body is covered in these tiny little locks on its surface. They're just sitting there waiting for the right key.
And if the receptor is the lock, then something called a ligand is the key. A ligand could be a drug like morphine, a hormone, or a natural chemical your own body makes. And when that key slides into the right lock, click, it tells the cell what to do.
This whole lock and key system is basically the secret language of your body. It's how everything communicates. And Pert was absolutely convinced there had to be a very specific lock just for opiates.
And then she found it. I mean, can you imagine? Using a clever technique, she finally got a signal so strong she said it practically shrieked at her. She had done it. She had found the opiate receptor. This was massive, a total game changer.
But finding that one lock, that was just the tip of the iceberg. This discovery blew the doors wide open to a completely new map of the human body, one where the line between your mind and your body just disappears. Because it turned out that opiate receptor wasn't some lonely molecule. It was part of a huge family. Finding it led scientists to discover our body's own natural version of morphine. You've probably heard of them, endorphins. And endorphins were just one type of a huge class of chemical messengers called neuropeptides. And get this, these are the actual molecules of our emotions. This just turned everything on its head. For centuries, Western medicine had this idea that your mind and your body were two totally separate things, like two different machines. Pert's work completely shattered that. She proved they are one single, deeply integrated network, constantly talking to each other through these molecules of emotion.
And this network is incredible. It connects the big three systems we always thought of as separate: your nervous system, your endocrine system with all its glands, and your immune system. And what's carrying all the messages back and forth? The neuropeptides and their receptors. This is the actual physical hardware of your feelings.
All of this led Pert to this incredibly powerful statement. Your body is the unconscious mind.
Think about that for a second. Your memories, your beliefs, your unexpressed emotions, they aren't just floating around in your brain. They are physically stored throughout your body in this psychosomatic network.
Okay, this is some mind-blowing science for sure. But what does it actually mean for us, for our health, for how we live our lives? This is where it gets really practical.
Here's the bottom line. Your emotions have physical substance. A feeling of joy or a flash of anger isn't just a thought. It releases a cascade of these peptides that travel all through your body, changing the chemistry of your cells. They are literally transforming your mind into matter, influencing your physical health from moment to moment.
And this is exactly why bottling up emotions can be so damaging. You're essentially creating a traffic jam in this huge information network. You're blocking the flow of information between those three major systems that are constantly talking to each other: your nervous system, your endocrine system, and your immune system. If that three-way conversation gets disrupted, it can lead to physical illness. So, what can we do? Well, Pert outlined a program for wellness based on her findings. It's all about getting those molecules of emotion flowing freely. First, just become conscious of your feelings. Pay attention. Second, connect with your body through movement or touch because your body is your subconscious mind. Third, reduce stress with things like meditation to keep the peptides flowing. And finally, eat wisely, listening to what your body is actually telling you it needs.
Ultimately, Candace Pert's work gives us a whole new way to listen to ourselves. So I'll leave you with this final thought. If your body truly is your subconscious mind, just take a moment. What is it telling you right now?